In the headlines, Prime Minister Skerrit calls on Wesley High School students to adjust their behavior, attitude and outlook as they begin to view themselves as ladies. A collaborative effort towards the adoption of OECS harmonized family model bills, and the Ministry of Health, CDB, NBD and Discover Dominica Authority support first ever Serve Safe Food training. I am Lurian Graham Carter with the Channel 5 News. Details after this. First up, Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit has appealed to students of Wesley High School to understand that they have a role to play in determining how they are seen and treated by others in society. Here's more.
In a motivational speech to students marking Career Day, Mr. Skerrit urged them to begin seeing themselves as young ladies and wanting to be treated as such.
In the context of Dominica, the difference between being a woman and being a lady, or between being a man and being a gentleman, can be summed up in 3 words: behavior, attitude, and outlook. Every student in this room, by virtue of the aging process, will become a woman someday. But it is a special type of individual who grows to become a lady.
Mr. Skerrit said in his sight they were all special, and that's why government invests so much time, effort and resources in their development. But he said while the students were special to their parents and teachers, he wanted them to be special to themselves.
Behavior, attitude and outlook are crucial to the ideal of you being seen and being related to as a young lady. What do I mean by behavior? To be a young lady, you have first to respect yourself, respect others, respect institutions, and respect laws and authority. By respecting yourself, you respect your mind, your body, and your soul. If you respect your body, you are not likely to pump excessive amounts of tobacco, alcohol, or other illicit or illegal substances into it. You're not likely to abuse or display it in an indecent, carefree, or lackluster manner. You would treat it as the temple that it is supposed to be and demand that others do likewise. Being a lady requires adopting a positive attitude to life. It also demands that you have a progressive outlook on your future.
The Prime Minister said it was important for students to understand the changes in behavior, attitude and outlook that would be necessary to make the transition.
When you depart Wesley High School, no matter your chosen profession or your future area of study, what will give you the competitive edge over all of whom you will encounter is your attitude and the perception of you in terms of character and other ladylike qualities. The path to attaining and assuming the career you choose is 90% cleared and completed if and when you assume the status and stature of a lady. All that is required thereafter is application, diligence, and hard work.
Mr. Skerrit invited the principal and teachers to elaborate on these topics in future sessions with the students.
In other news, the Ministry of Justice, Immigration and National Security, along with Social Services, Family and Gender Affairs, has joined forces to begin the process of adopting the OECS harmonized family model bills. A consultation held Monday was meant to address the draft Model Children Care and Adoption Bill, Child Justice Bill, Domestic Violence Bill and Status of Children Bill to be taken to Parliament.
We are trying to see whether we actually pass those bills. For example, even right now, somebody could come to Dominica and within a month adopt a child. What the bill is now suggesting, it takes a longer process. A committee will have to look at the applications and determine whether or not that matter should go forward for an adoption order to be made. The Status of Children Bill is another important one. The Status of Children Bill deals with the equal status of children right across the board.
Coming out of the consultation, Dominica will be showing its legal obligation to bring certain things to a particular standard.
The bill is also clearly outlined certain processes. From my looking at the bills, it doesn't leave anything to chance. It tells you exactly what should be done. For example, it sets time limits for certain things. The court should do this within 14 days. The police officer should do this between 24 hours. The probation officer should do this between whatever time. So it clearly sets time limits as to when certain things should be done. It also brings up our standards in terms of the protection of children, protection of the family.
Anthony says enactment of the bills will call for partnerships at all levels and additional staff in various departments.
When I reviewed the bills as a technical individual, I observed that probation alone, probation officers would have to about 25 tasks under one of the bills, the Child Justice Bill. So you would need more probation officers in place. It talks about over 20-something duties for police officers. You might consider, the police force might need to consider a special unit within the police force to enforce. Because it's one thing to pass law, but it's another thing to enforce the law. They speak to counselors. And if you have to establish a family court, you definitely need social workers as part of the family court.
A press conference to discuss the bill and the outcome of the consultation will be held on Tuesday, March 22. The Credit Union League could soon donate over $100,000 to victims of Storm Erica from various parts of the island. President of the National Cooperative Credit Union, NCCU Dexter Ducre, who is also the president of the Corporate Enterprise Finance Facility, COOP-F, handed over $17,000 to 19 people on Friday.
We received $17,000 from Grenada Public Service Credit Union and from Mrs. Andel, who is the manager of that credit union, total $17,000. So we're basically facilitating that gift. And we're using the local companies as redemption centers, close to 7 companies. So they will get cash as well as vouchers, so they'll be able to buy many things such as you have the utensils for the houses, tools, etc. So we're doing that to ensure that, because we think that the people suffered tremendously.
Recipients came from all areas affected by the August 27, 2015 storm.
The Credit Union League will be, maybe later this month or next month, will be doing their own donation also, because they receive other monies from other institutions in the region. So they have close to maybe $100,000 or more to give away. And we have a big announcement to make sometime later for NCCU in giving back to our people. But I can't tell you now. You'll have to wait for that press conference.
Meanwhile, a mother who escaped the storm with only her life and that of her family expressed how she felt receiving the donation from COOP-F on Friday.
I am very thankful for COOP-F because that little donation, it is going to help me very much. Because all now, so we don't have food, we have to be crediting and those things there, and where are we going to get the money to pay it, we don't know. So I am very grateful that it is plenty. I don't say liquor, it is plenty. That liquor relief they give me there. I call it liquor because for the amount of things it have to pay and debt it have to pay. No, I am just grateful.
In the tourism sector, over 24 city streets already cleaned up under a Rosso cleanup program. This cleanup program has been in progress now for 1 month, ensuring that garbage is removed and streets are power washed. Channel 5 News met with Minister for Tourism on the job.
So we did about 20-something streets, starting all the way from the north side of the river, all the way to the back of the stadium, down Valley Road, up Bathurst Street, all the way to the Newtown Savannah and back down to the B-front. I think we have about 4 streets remaining, and that will also include from the port in Roseau back into Roseau. We will soon also be starting, we've tested actually the daily cleanup program, where we have guys starting from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock cleaning the street, and also at 2 o'clock in the afternoon they pass back again to ensure that the street is extremely clean. This is being done in conjunction with the Roseau City Council to ensure that it's a sustainable project. So I'd like to also thank all the guys and men and ladies who are on the team, making sure that they're there every day. They work 6 days a week actually, except on Monday we give them a day off. Also to thank Cabinet for the support in ensuring that this project has become a reality. And what we do is we're asking the citizens, the residents, and the persons who actually pass through Roseau to let us help keep Roseau clean by not littering the place. Because even after we've done that major cleaning, after 2 or 3 weeks by passing back, we were able to collect a significant amount of garbage. So everybody has to do their part in terms of helping making Dominica the true nature island that it is. But we are the nature island, we are a beautiful island, but the garbage makes it a mess. So we were looking on everybody to assist us in keeping Dominica clean. So thanks off to the supervisor, Mr. Darrell Titt, and also to Mr. Lenny Bernard, who's also instrumental in ensuring that this project is a reality.
On the entertainment scene, participants in this year's Junior Callapso competition received their awards over the weekend. The event, which is put on by the Leo Club of Dominica on an annual basis, saw 13 school children competing this year. Lamar Irish, the Irish kid of St. John's Academy, won that competition. Near Burnett, Nika of Wesley High School came in second place, while Yabia Frederick, the Spider of St. Mary's Primary, placed third. And Nikima Alfred, the Empress of St. Martin's Secondary School, came in fourth position. Coming up, sensitization on gender violence, food safety, and more when we return. Thank you for staying with us. Young people from the secondary schools are now better poised to use their leadership skills in society. This was the aim of the UE Emerging Leaders Conference held over the weekend.
It is really an initiative of the Student Guild of the Open Campus at the Dominica site. And the program gathers young people from the secondary schools in 3rd and 4th form and some in 2nd as well, for 2 sessions where they learn from experts about how to really conduct themselves as leaders in their school organizations. The program is really aimed to help these young people to reach their full potentials as leaders in their school, and of course they will be the future leaders of the country and of the world.
The Emerging Leaders Conference is currently in its 2nd year.
They've done seminars in leadership, in public speaking, in self-esteem, and they will do some more in conducting meetings and running successful programs at their school. This is one of the efforts that UWI puts out in its outreach programs, and we are proud that we're in its 2nd year now, and we look forward to continuing to work with the secondary schools, and we plan on including more secondary schools as we go along.
Students from the Goodwill Secondary School, Dominica Grammar School, and Dominica Community High School participated in the weekend's conference.
In the self-esteem segment, I learned how that I should not bring down myself. I should think of myself as a positive person, not to listen to what others tell me, but to have a moderate self-esteem wherein I can go out there and do things.
We learned about stress, self-confidence, and public speaking. I would encourage someone to take part in the Emoji Leaders because you can learn different things that can help you throughout your life.
It has been helpful in making me utilize and be more resourceful among my peers and among different people who need leadership or need a leader.
The Grand Four Primary School has won this year's Mademoiselle Francophonie pageant. 9-year-old Janelle Phillip, who represented Ghana during the competition, got prizes for Best Francophonie Wear, Best Oral Presentation, Best French Fashion Wear, and Best Talent.
I feel excited, confident. I didn't know I was going to win, but I did it.
Leilani Leslie from the Massac Primary School, representing Togo, placed second, while Simone Moses of the Monjon Primary School placed second runner-up. She represented Monaco. Adessa Hodge of Wharton Waven got the award for Best Francophone Spirit. She represented Djibouti. Saint-Sauveur Primary School, represented by Malicia Francis, who depicted Mozambique, got the Miss Personality Award. Switzerland was represented by Judean Eustace of the Castlebruce Primary School. A total of 6 pupils participated in this year's pageant. Jeraine Joseph of the Goodwill Primary School won last year's Mademoiselle Francophonie pageant. In other news, theatre practitioners around the island are now better able to sensitize the public on the issue of gender-based violence. This was among the aims of a week-long training session organized by the Bureau of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Cultural Division, with funding from UN Women and facilitated by Arts in Action based in Trinidad.
According to the Central Registry on Domestic Violence that we house at the Bureau of Gender Affairs, 86.6% of reported cases of gender-based violence are women, 12.7% are males, and 54.2% of reported cases are under 16. So this makes it very important that we find new, creative, and innovative ways of addressing gender-based violence, raising awareness of the issue.
Creative means have been used around the Caribbean region for several years to bring across the repercussions of social issues to the people.
Over the last 30-odd years, there has been this movement, this popular theatre movement, but more than that, the awareness that you can use drama and by extension the various disciplines in addressing social issues, in creatively addressing social issues. What this workshop does is focus that knowledge, that experience, that talent, and give you some focus in terms of addressing a very, very critical issue in our times, this issue of gender-based violence.
UN Women and United Nations Entity for Gender Equality and Women's Empowerment works across 22 countries in the Caribbean.
One of our key areas of focus is addressing gender-based violence and violence against women and girls. As part of that program of work, which basically spans 4 different kinds of areas, one of the main areas is working around prevention and response. And this is the area in which our work around social mobilization to address gender-based violence falls. Social mobilization means engaging communities and stakeholders in communities at every level in terms of working towards addressing the kinds of norms and values and cultural beliefs that contribute to gender-based violence and violence against women and girls in particular.
The workshop forms part of activities for the Bureau of Gender Affairs' 3-year social mobilization campaign. In health, stakeholders in the food industry to benefit from the first ever Serve Safe Food Protection Training Workshop this week. The 3-day workshop is organized by the Ministry of Health in collaboration with the Caribbean Development Bank, the National Bank of Dominica, and Discover Dominica Authority.
The availability of food safety improves the health of people and is a basic human right. Safe food contributes to health and productivity and produces an effective platform for development and poverty alleviation. Up to 1/3 of the population of developing countries are affected by foodborne illness each year, and the problem is likely to be even more widespread in developing countries. Trends in global food production, processing, distribution, and preparation presents new challenges in food safety. The World Health Organization has recognized food safety as an essential public health function.
The tourism sector is also set to reap benefits from this venture.
Since DDA's establishment, Dominica has not had any bad publicity as a result of any outbreak of foodborne illnesses among our visitors. And this, we believe, is due to the diligent effort and competence and the wealth of experience of the Environmental Health Department. As such, we want to continue to commend their efforts and to ask that they continue to do such initiatives in the future. Discover Dominica Authority will continue to collaborate in various ways, for example, raising awareness in relation to food safety in the tourism industry. This, we think, is very critical
The training will allow for the international certification of Dominicans working in the food service industry.
The main objectives of this training is to improve the safe food handling practices in the country of Dominica, and the project goal is to ensure that all foods offered for consumption are safe and wholesome, thereby minimizing any incidents of foodborne diseases. Our main objectives is to improve the knowledge base of personnel in the food service industry about factors which contribute to safe food, to increase the understanding of food providers and handlers of their role to keep the food safe, and to improve safe food handling practices among food providers.
Participants of this workshop will also have the opportunity to further develop their training and become safe serve instructors. That's news. Your sports highlights next with Kenny Williams.
Hello everyone, and here are your sports highlights. First up in sports, Fast Cash Prowlers walked away with the 2016 Dominica Amateur Basketball Association President's Cup Championship when they defeated Detroit Blazers 75-69. Julian Isles scored 31 while Craig St. Rose got 17 for Prowlers. Blazers' top scorer was Thomas Felix with 21. Lester Langley had 18 and Nathan John Jules 12. Meantime, in more matches on the weekend, a closely contended match ended in game points 59-52 when LA Knights defeated United Insurance Sharks. Saturday night's game had Roderick, Ridge, and Curtly Blaise with 23, 12, and 9 respectively for Knights. Sharks' top scorers were Robert Geese, 19, Chamberlain Blanc, 17, and Marcel Nichols, 10. The games continue Wednesday between Elvis Welding Services Hornets and Tigers at 7, while at 9 it will be All-Stars versus Kelvadaru Hurricane. There was celebration in the Windies camp when the male and female teams recorded victories on Sunday. Playing against Sri Lanka, the West Indies men's team dominated their game with an impressive 7-wicket win and 10 balls remaining. Sri Lanka batted first, scoring 122 for 9. Tisara Pereira top scored for Sri Lanka with 40, while Angelo Matthews supported with 20. Samuel Brady and Dwayne Bravo created some trouble in the Sri Lankan batting lineup, taking 3 for 12 and 2 for 20 respectively. The Windies replied with 127 for 3. Andre Fletcher, 84 not out, and Andre Russell, 20 not out, helped put West Indies in a comfortable position to secure the win. Meantime, in the female game, West Indies women had a 49-run win over Bangladesh. The Windies had first knock and scored 148 for 4. Bangladesh, next at the crease, was held to a 99-run total as the Windies unleashed a vicious bowling attack on their opponents. Team captain Stephanie Taylor picked up 3 for 14 for West Indies. In the other T20 match, we can tell you that South Africa defeated Afghanistan by 37 runs. Final scores, South Africa 209 for 5 and Afghanistan 172 all out. In netball highlights, New India Assurance Celtics made light work of their opponents in Saturday and Sunday's games as action continued in the Big Edge Financial Express Netball Championship on the weekend. In their game against Wesley, Celtics stated their dominance with a 42-21 point finish on Sunday. Marcia Gustav got 38 of 50 attempts, while Dina Joseph got 3. Wesley's Edna Charles made 29 attempts and got 20. Meantime, on Saturday, Northern Contractors Limited Portsmouth Secondary went down to the mighty Celtics by 24 points. Aina Dechu scored 18, while Julia Johnson assisted with 13 for New India Assurance. Celtics played a fierce game and NCL PSS could only get 8 points. Shamira Daniel scored 4 from 5 tries for NCL PSS. In the other games, Cocoa Town Cafe PSS beat Sparts 25-19. Selena Langley got 23 for PSS, while Chanel Nichols got 6 for Sparts. The Jazz and Dominica's under-23 team met up for play with the final game scores of 40-29 in favor of the under-23 team. Chanel St. Rose got an impressive 40 for the under-23, while Verna Graham scored 16 for Jazz. In cricket from the region, defending champions of the PCL Regional 4-Day Tournament, Guyana Jaguars retained their title in the last round of the competition on Sunday. Guyana defeated Jamaica Scorpions by an innings and 55 runs. With a firm grip on his bat and confident strokes, Shimron Hetmeyer blasted his way to 107, while Leon Johnson, 93, and Rajendra Chandrika, 76, assisted with putting Guyana in the lead with 440. Damian Jacobs shook the Jaguars' house, taking 5 for 131 for Jamaica. Scorpions next at the crease posted 231 all out. Jermaine Blackwood scored 62, while Aldane and Devon Thomas had 45 and 43 in that order. Jamaica following on made 134 all out, with no batsman topping Andre McCarthy's 21. Meantime, Barbados also recorded a win when they bested Leeward Islands Hurricanes by 93 runs. Hurricanes won the toss and opted to bat first, ending on a mere 119 all out. Jamar Hamilton top scored for the Leewards with 42. Barbados next at the crease clocked out on 436 all out. Shane Dorwich 96, Roston Chase 62 and Kemar Roach 53. Batting a second time, the Leewards ended on 224 all out, but that wasn't enough to blow away the pride of Barbados. Orlando Peters scored the most for the Leewards with 60. In high school sports, action continues in the sports division on the 20 basketball championships when Dominica Grammar School boys play host to State College on Tuesday. Starting time is 3 p.m. Finally, in sports, the semi-finals and final of the sports division's 2016 NBD Primary Schools Boys Football Championships will kick off Tuesday at Windsor Park. The first match will be between St. John's and Grandford Primary Schools, followed by the Woodford Hill and St. Mary's Primary. Starting time is 1 p.m. Meantime, the semi-final matches will be followed by a game to determine the third and fourth place teams, after which the final will be played. And the first round of the girls segment of the sports division's NBD Primary Schools Football Championships will begin on April 12 and 13 with the district competition starting on April 15. That's all the sports for now. I am Kenny Williams. Join us again next time.
Let's join our friends at the Met Office for your weather report.
Good evening. Welcome to tonight's weather broadcast. I am Daniel Macpherson. A dry and stable atmosphere resulted in generally fair skies across the eastern Caribbean today. Visible satellite imagery indicated a few low-level clouds across the island chain. Radar imagery indicated limited shower activity across the islands today. The weather for tonight is expected to be fair to partly cloudy and breezy with a few scattered showers. Tomorrow, conditions are expected to be partly cloudy with widely scattered showers and some breezy conditions. Temperatures are expected to peak near 32 degrees Celsius. Sea conditions tomorrow are expected to be moderate with waves peaking near 8 feet. Small craft operators and sea beavers are advised to exercise caution. For the next 3 days, partly cloudy skies, some widely scattered showers, and breezy conditions will be evident. Throughout the Caribbean tomorrow, partly cloudy skies, some widely scattered showers, and breezy conditions can be expected throughout the island chain. On the international cities forecast, clear skies expected in New York and Beijing, generally partly cloudy skies in Miami, London, and Caracas. The sun will rise tomorrow at 6:08 a.m. and set at 6:17 p.m. For up-to-date weather information, please visit our website at weather.gov.dm or call the weather hotline at 447-5555. Thank you for viewing and have a good night.
To end the news, the headlines again. Prime Minister Skerrit calls on Wesley High School students to adjust their behavior, attitude and outlook as they begin to view themselves as ladies. A collaborative effort towards the adoption of OEC's harmonized family model bills. The Ministry of Health, CDB, NBD and Discover Dominica Authority support first ever Serve Safe Food training. Feel free to contact us at news@mapping2k4.com. You can watch our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the production team, I am Lurian Graham Carter, and to our viewers around the world, thank you for watching.